Hello and welcome as we are in week 2 as we play the Patriots. We will reveal our storyline here in but just a moment. As it stands though, let's take care of a couple things such as, let's do upgrade after we do our weekly strategy. This is where things are going to start getting more interesting franchise-wise as we start scouting and we start really focusing on all of our practice things and things such as that basically. So as we face Drake Maye here, let's put the focus on stuff in the inside run and our offensive game plan. We're going to attack this defensive line and linebackers, hopefully, with inside run as well. As you learned from the last time we played, as I love to run the ball. Of course, if that doesn't work, we will heavily rely on the passing game. So let's let this training go through and see if maybe we have to deal with any practice injuries. As we scroll through here on defense, it looks like we're good. And on offense, it looks like we're going to be good as well. So we luck out. Now here, let's see who we have for upgrades. It looks like Geno Smith had a great game. He's going to go up to an 81 overall, as will allow him to continue to hopefully work on accuracies. And yeah, that's exactly what we get. He is up to an 81. As mentioned, we're probably not keeping him. At this age, and for the rest, non-starters, I don't really care too much. But, as it stands for Geno in Madden, he's going to regress really hard. So we should have honestly looked at the draft class in week 1, but I was so excited to get started. Let's take a quick peek at who we're working with in this randomly generated draft class. It looks from just this right away is edge rushers are going to be dominant here in the top 10, as I already see 4 different edge rushers in the top 8, as well as this could be a pass rusher, though linebacker, you could have like a run stuff / pass coverage, and then defensive tackle, pass rush and D-line / edge. It looks like it's going to dominate the top here. I don't imagine us being this high, picking this high, but we do have Robbie Clifton here at the top. We don't know anything about any of these guys yet. So right now it's hard to tell what we're working with, but you look around and you see like 6'8" right tackle. We could definitely be looking at offensive line in this draft. We see a lot here. Third corner wouldn't hurt to look at either. Wide receiver to replace Tyler Lockett could definitely be in play as well. Now let's look at our lineup just to make sure everything's set correctly, and then we'll see what we're working with our storyline of the week. Now here we see Lockett's back in the lineup. Olu is our center going forward, as we figured out in our position battle. It wasn't the most exciting position battle, but it's definitely cool that we can have stuff like that. And then everything else the same. We didn't have any practice injuries and no major injuries during the last game. So let's hop into our wheel and see what we got. Now here we are at the wheel. Still exactly the same as it was last week. We're going to give it a couple shuffles because I like to make sure we're not landing on the same things all the time. And we'll see what our storyline is for this week. This is always the most exciting part. We're going to end up... Oh, we are going to end up with a nothing. I'm sorry. I know that's disappointing. But here's the thing. As we hit nothings, we are going to remove them from the wheel. So now there is less chance that nothing is going to happen this week. Now, we were super close to landing on a superstar demanding a trade or release, which would have been catastrophic this early in the season. Especially a release, because we get nothing from it. The only thing we get is a penalty cap most of the time. Or a cap penalty. Penalty cap? What? Just get back into the game. So here we are back in the game. We'll do staff points the following week, I think. We'll hit a couple. So let's just hop straight into this game. Now we have one less nothing on the board, which means we're making it more common that we're going to have some wackiness happen throughout our franchise. That was one of our, I think there's 9 nothings on the wheel. that is one of those 9, and now it'll never be put back on. So however long the season goes, there will never be another nothing added on. Here we are kicking off. We're gonna boot the ball right down the middle, and hopefully we'll make a big play on here. As last week we had some stellar special team tackles. As wow, he really shoved forward for that extra 5 yards. Here we are as we start on defense. We are gonna see what Drake Maye in Madden has. His rating should reflect his current ratings in real life. As they're gonna run the ball, and I get absolutely flattened in the in the secondary there. Wow, I got pancaked. Well, we can't be allowing 8, 9-yard runs every single run, so we're definitely gonna want to try to do something about that. As we're getting bullied up front again. I know it's only a couple yards, but that's a huge first down to get them started. Here we are as we come out in zone one more time, and if we're struggling, we'll come down in man or a blitz or something to help with as they try to catch us off guard with a pass, and they're gonna get it underneath for another 9 yards. They're steadily moving down the field. Now we're gonna come out here and cover one and maybe hopefully see something happen. As I'm usering, and we do bump him, and it allows the tackle to occur by Rayshawn Jenkins, and that's a TFL. And now we're gonna come out in the same thing, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and see if we can stop him here on third down. As I thought maybe they'd try to run, but everything's covered up. Drake Maye's gonna scramble out of the pocket, but he's gonna be sacked by Boye Mafe, and that's fourth down. Now at this part of the field, we're gonna see if we can get a block. So see if we can get Love here off the edge to block this punt, and we're not going to get it, and that is a beauty. As that thing's going to go out at the 2. That's incredible work. Now let's see what we have here on offense against this Patriots defense. We are going to run from our goal line here. I'm not crazy. I'm not I'm not out here going to take a shot on first down from the 2. All right, and we do pick up a decent amount. So now here's where we can start getting a little bit creative. Not that a mesh concept is necessarily the most creative thing in the world. As we had great success with Fant here on this concept, and Pharaoh Brown's going to go ahead and pick up right where he left off, basically. Noah Fant, that is, not Pharaoh Brown. Charbonnet is going to go ahead and get the ball here, as I definitely need to once again double check the depth chart and make sure that everything's not wacky. And it was, so Kenneth Walker is officially back in on the depth chart, which man, they really got to fix the auto. Man, we get stuffed. So now we're kind of forced to pass here on third down, so we're going to see what we can get here on this let's say verts wide delay, and we definitely won't hesitate to throw it to the delay if Fant gets open. Snap the ball. No one's really open, but as it gets hit up in the air, and Walker drops it. That could have been huge as it gets batted down at the line for a wide open Kenneth Walker in the flat. We're going to punt this away, sadly, so we're going to see back-to-back punts between teams, as he's going to get good field position here. And so here we are back on defense, and we got to do a better job at making sure they're not getting massive yards on every single play, as I completely whiff the tackle and allow him to pick up 9 anyways. Can't get out of my own way. Now here we're going to continue to see if we can just keep them in zone, and if we're still struggling, we're definitely going to come out in some man and see what we got. Now I'm not sure that's a first down. I'm going to go ahead and throw the flag. Now let's watch this replay and see if he crossed, because to me 100% looked like he didn't get that first down. Now I can't tell here because obviously we don't have a broadcast and I can't see the chains, and they're gonna give it to him. 1st and 10. Maybe that was a dumb decision by me, but for me that did not look like a first down. Now we definitely got to worry a bit now, because they're making progress as Reek Wolin leaves his man open. For some reason just goes towards the middle of the field instead of breaking down on the route. Now here we're going to break down with Love and hopefully catch him lacking. And they're not going to, but I am going to come down and they're going to shake him off. And then he's going to get the first down. We are absolutely getting steamrolled on defense right now. Now here we are. Knight is hopefully going to get his second pick of the season. Calling my shot. We know how that goes. As this is a crafty play. And it is play action. And they're going to go right towards him. And he's just not fast enough to get there. Now we are going to come out and blitz here. And see if maybe we can make something happen either in the run or pass. And it is going to be a pass. And they're going to get their touchdown. So we're going to fall behind quickly. So they kick the PAT, and now we are receiving this ball, and hopefully we can make much more happen than the last drive, where we do have a great return by Pritchett up to the 36. What I think we do here is we try to catch him off guard a little bit, let Jackson Smith and Jigba get involved early with a touch pass. As it looks like he is going to get a good hole here and maybe juke out to the right, and he's going to make a man miss, and he's going to get all the way up to the opponent's 41. And here we're going to try to run the counter and see if maybe we can gash him. And it's not the greatest hole. Honestly, I could have hesitated a little less, but we do pick up 4, which obviously keeps us on target for the chains here, on track. Now we're going to run drive, one of my favorite concepts in football, just because it's one of the easiest reads you can make. You know, if you're underneath guys open, hit it right away, and if not, then your over-the-top guy's probably going to get open. Now, 3rd and 2, we are going to run the ball. I got to trust my guys up front, and Ken's going to fumble. However, I'm not worried about it because he was clearly down, as he is signaling right now in the game. Now, if I pick a play, they should go to... They didn't go to review. We're going to challenge again. That was not a fumble. And it was by a mile. It was down by a mile. And that's first down, which is huge. All right, play action here on first down. See if we can catch him off guard. We can hit DK, and he's going to pick up good yardage. Now, that was a tighter pass than I would have liked. I thought maybe he was going to get a little more open than that, but it ends up working out anyways. As this week, the focus is definitely to forget what I said, touchdown! We're going to focus a little bit more on the pass this week just because it's more exciting. As they almost get the block animation. That was almost bad. Now we're kicking off here, and we're going to go ahead and try to make one of those big plays happen, maybe cause a fumble. As, man, if there was a tackle to do it, that could have been it, as we lay the boom straight on him. And he just does a good job of holding on to the ball. Now we're coming out aggressive. We're bringing the blitz on first down here, as I'm going to honestly bring heat with love as well, as I immediately get blocked, and we're going to see big yardage, and man, a blitz apparently was just not the way to go. You know, sometimes you get a little aggressive and it doesn't pay off, and that's one of those times. All right, here we are. We're back into zone coverage, and we continue to be absolutely staggered as Bryant gets the pick, and that is his 2nd pick on the season. We have something special in Kobe Bryant here, as this is his it's back-to-back picks, week to week. And they're going to celebrate, and of course, we're going to come out and hopefully make them pay for it. We're going to come out in the bench concept, the bread and butter, see if DK can get open here on the left side. And he's not going to, but we are going to take the check down and pick up good yardage, as Ken's going to pick up a good 7 yards. Now, we're going to try to run the ball here. We're going to try to run a stretch and see if we can pop something out to the outside. And it's not going to pop, but it is going to pick up the first, which is all you can ask for, is we do see a Patriot injured. And that's going to be Barmore. Or Barmore? Defensive lineman. Play action hit him pretty well last time, so we're going to come out and see if we can hit him again, as DK is once again open on the sideline. And he's all the way up to 52 yards already, and we're still in the first quarter. Now, the bubble, I do like what I see there, as we're going to pick up good yardage, as DK is taking this game into his own hands. And he's happy to do so. All right, as a pretty good block there by, was that Lamea? Or is that Christian Haynes that we have in there? I didn't see the number. All right, we're going to come out once again in this mesh concept and see if we can get something open somewhere. As I roll out into a sack, as late I see that we have a wide open man in the middle of the field, and that's on me. I was trying to roll out and make something happen like last week, and it just wasn't meant to be. I don't like the look of that bubble, and Walker is going to pick up good yardage, and we're right back to where we started. We're going to try to catch him off guard here with a third down screen. Now, I don't know how effective this is going to be, but we're going to quickly find out. As we hit him on the left side, and we're going to spin to the inside, and 4th and 2 from there, 4, as Kenneth Walker is heading out of the stadium and not into the tunnel for some reason. Did anyone else see that? Or am I crazy? I personally feel like from here, you kind of have to go for it. We're going to hit the halfback dive. Oh, man, and they're ready for this run, but maybe we make something happen. This might be foolish. We could take a lead. But I trust my guys up front, and we're going to make it happen, and Charbonnet's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. And Ken's not going to return to this game. He has a bruised sternum, though he will be available next week, so we can breathe easy a little. Now, this game, we're going to have to rely on Charbonnet heavily, which last week he was averaging massive yardage every run, so if he can keep that up, we're going to have a good day. This thing is sent out into the day, where we are going to pop him, but he's going to fall forward as if momentum just didn't exist in the first place, or, you know. All right, they're going to go play action. I bite hard. And this is going to be a pick by Julian Love, who also gets his second pick of the season. Him and Kobe Bryant are in a race right now for our team's best defensive player. Our safeties are going wild, as Drake Maye is regretting throwing that ball. Wow. All right, after that first drive, or those first couple drives, our defense is definitely stiffening up here, as there was just nowhere to go. And I pick up only a yard with Charbonnet. Now here we're going to run play action ins. I don't like this at all, but I'm going to run it anyways. And we'll see what we can get as yeah, I tried to step up through and run, and I just got a little wacky in the pocket, honestly. I need to step up and wait. We had decent blocking. That's on me. Now here we're going to see if DK burns his man. We're probably just going to throw it up to him anyways, unless we see someone beat their man immediately. As Lockett, we might have him, as Gino throws it past the sideline on a wide open Tyler Lockett on the sideline. What a terrible mistake by Geno Smith. Here we're going to try to put a little backspin, and that thing's going to land right on the one and bounce in. Even with the backspin, we're not going to get that lucky Madden animation, as I see Jones is injured. I'm going to be real with you. I don't know who that is. Here we are on defense again. Hopefully we make another big play, as they learn their lesson. They're going to go to the run game, and Ernest Jones was waiting for him. Now that's... Oh, no. It's Jones, as in one of our linemen, which they have him as a linebacker, but, I mean, in real life, he's kind of more of a lineman. I didn't realize that we had Dearness Jones on, or not Dearness, Draymond Jones, on the special teams unit. Well, with broken ribs, we're not going to be seeing Draymond Jones anytime soon, as he gets a wide open hole, but for some reason stutters. He's going to break free, but Woolen has make it up speed, and he's going to tackle him. Now we got to see what that flag's all about. If it's holding, this is going to save us. And it's going to be holding on the offense. So instead of a huge gain, Strange is going to cause them to go all the way back to 3rd and 12 at their 18. What a ginormous mistake. As we have great coverage, he's going to throw it away and just concede the punt. And we're going to get the ball right back. And hopefully in good field position as well, as they punt all the way back from their own 18. As we're going to field this thing right behind the 40. And I didn't press fair catch, but Lockett just decided he's going to fair catch anyways. Now here, I love this look because if we can get great blocking, Lockett should be open on this bubble. And Jackson Smith-Njigba just decides he's too good to block the man in front of him. Goes out and blocks the safety. Why? I don't know. But let's see if we can hit Noah Fant here on this big play. And that's just not going to be meant to be. As we're going to get greedy and hit DK Metcalf. And he's going to hold on to the ball. DK Metcalf has been our saving grace this game as he's up to 83 yards. We're not even through the first half. I could have just scrambled and got guaranteed yardage, but I trusted my guy and knew that he could come down with that ball. Now, Charbonnet, I air truck, and we're still going to pick up 5, though. So, all things said, you know, whatever. Now we're going to hit him with a little trickeration as Charbonnet is going to get the direct snap on this. And he does, and nothing much we can do about that. Now, this play has been really great for us because when DK is open, great. If not, we can hit him, hit a tight end on the sideline, and if not, our running back's usually open. And he is going to be open, and the throw's a bit behind him, and he's not going to hold on to the ball when we need it. That was a bad throw by Gino, and honestly, a worse catch by DK. As this thing's going to be close, as it's trailing right, and I miss it. Talk about consistent mistakes today. We have Gino missing Tyler Lockett earlier, throwing behind DK on that last play, and then slightly missing as, man, number 4 here is going to get wide open. That is going to be Gibson. Wow, man, we are getting beat on right now mentally. And, of course, it's showing a blitz, but we're not going to, as we're still going to come down. Now, who got that? Boye Mafe is going to get credited with that sack. And that is his 2nd of this game. And man, if he keeps this up, he could be on a tear, as I believe that is his 3rd sack already. And man, we let Douglas get too much room. And then as I try to tackle, we air hit stick. And we get nothing off of that, as they get everything off of that, basically. Now, here we are, 2nd down, 2nd and 4, and they're, you know, honestly threatening touchdown here, and we'll see. As I bid on the sweep thinking we were going to get it, and luckily I get bailed out by my linemen who do a great job at making sure that the real run gets covered up. Now, I'm going to guess pass here, even though it is 3rd and 3. I just have a feeling with this formation and what the Patriots have done so far that they haven't really ran the ball on 3rd down, and Witherspoon's going to get his first pick of the season, and he's wide open on the sideline. He keeps his feet in bounds. He's getting chased down by Drake Maye, who has more speed than I thought he would, and that's going to be a pick 6. Devin Witherspoon. As he is going to make sure that we take a bigger lead. What a backbreaker for Drake Maye as he throws his 3rd pick. Our defense has been stellar the past week and a half so far, as we are about halfway through this game. All right, here we are, and the kickoff return is, as we get saved by Kobe Bryant, who has been one of our major bright spots since the season started with only a game and a half in. He saves us from a kickoff touchdown. As we are going to see a run here, and I'm going to go ahead and take that block so that our linebackers can get in there and do their job. Now, we lose George Fant. Not an issue. Sorry, George. We're gonna miss you for however long you're out. I'm not worried. As they are gonna run it again, and man, Ernest Jones is just all over it, as he is in real life too. What an underrated guy, and I have all the love for him. As 3rd and 10, this has been a tough spot for Drake Maye. He's thrown a couple picks now, and he's going to go down, and I believe that's Byron Murphy the second, as he's going to ride the motorcycle, and we are going to field this punt, as our defense has become absolutely stifling. Tyler Lockett's going to return this ball, and we just don't really get too much room, but he's going to be up to the 24, and we're going to see if we can make something happen here before halftime. Now, with plenty of time left, that doesn't mean we have to go into full pass mode. We are going to try to bring in a couple runs here. As, man, we see good blocking, and I'm going to look for contact because why not? We can't go down and score right away because I don't want them to have the ball because all Madden difficulty loves to score right before half. So I want to make sure we're eating up clock, and we're going to flip this thing to the left. And it was a good decision as that allows DK Metcalf to get out there and block as he does, and we know that he can be a dangerous man in the blocking game. As once again, I was hoping Sharp could run one guy over, and we're probably going to let this thing tick down to the 2-minute warning. As I forgot, we don't have accelerated clock on, so instead of making you wait 15 real seconds, I'm going to go ahead and snap this, hit Kenny on the side, and we're just going to get a first down anyways. As I wanted this thing to tick down, and we're going to let it tick down. Now here we are, as we are going to try to rely on the pass game just a little bit more. And Lockett's going to be open here on the left side. And we're going to come out in the hurry up and see if we can start driving down this field. We're going to go with this fade out, see if we can get DK here on this fade. And I like it, though he's going to end up with a guy in front of him. And frankly, that should have been pass interference. As I saw interlocking arms, it looks like he went ahead and brought his arms down and interfered with the catch, but it is a video game. As we're going to hit Charbonnet wide open, and he's going to pick up massive yardage, and this is exactly what we want. I am not going to come out and hurry up here, as I want to tick down just a little bit more time. As Sharp continues to be a pretty big bright spot on our offense, even with Ken when he is healthy. And we're going to hit Noah Fant. And that is a touchdown, Seahawks. And we left, honestly, just a bit too much time on the clock, especially with the Patriots having 3 timeouts. We are up 3 touchdowns, so it's not the end of the world if they score, but man, you really just don't want them to get back in this game if you can prevent it. And it's off into I almost said the night. It is not the night. It is the daytime, and man, Gibson has just been a monster as he just breaks tackle after tackle. Now, we are going to come out here and guess pass every single time because that's what we're going to see, and I guarantee it, unless we get down to a 3rd down and they're just trying to tick down some time, make sure nothing crazy. As Wallen steps in front and gets a pick off of Drake Maye. I didn't even use her that one. It was just a great play by Tariq Woolen, or Reek Woolen as he goes now. Our defense is on one today. This is craziness, as we're going to come out and try to hit him with a screen. And it's going to be there, but the blocks definitely aren't. They went ahead and took 3 to 5 business days to set up. And we are going to try to come out here and score. We're going to get aggressive, especially with our already pretty good lead. As I'm going to see if Fant can get in front, and he does, and we're going to take a timeout. Now here we are, and I don't know what's happening with JSN here, but I assume this linebacker is on him, and he's not. He's on a blitz. And we're going to see if Gino can beat him to the outside. Oh, and he doesn't. He doesn't, but we are going to try to hit this mesh concept once again as I like DK on kind of a short out here. And they play it perfect, but luckily for us, Barner is going to be wide open over the middle, and this thing is getting out of hand. Once again, this is stock all Madden with no sliders adjusted. If you have a recommendation for sliders I should be running, let me know, because based on this game and last game so far, we need it to be tougher. We are going to let him return it to see if we can get craziness to happen again. I'm going to be a bit greedy and see if we can cause him to turn it over, as our momentum is fully swung to our side. They might just come out and kneel the ball down, and surprisingly, they're not going to do that. In fact, it looks like they might be going deep. And that's exactly what they're trying to do here. Is Drake Maye gets smacked as he let that ball go, and he is lucky that thing is going to drop down to the ground, as it could have been much, much worse. Now, I don't see any reason why we would change up our game plan here, as we absolutely were on it. We're going to continue to defend the inside run, and our secondary and, man, our defense in general has just been on one so far, as we're going to get the ball first and look to absolutely seal this thing away. With that being said, we're going to go a little crazy here, and I'm going to put on shoe clock so it's like accelerated clock, even though it's only the third quarter, just because with this kind of lead, if we can continue to move the ball and be disruptive on defense as we are, we can just go ahead and end this game early. Go home and make sure that we enjoy our win, as Kenny McIntosh is going to get wide open there through the hole. I know what you guys are saying, craziness to chew clock this early in the game, especially when you're up against the all Madden difficulty, but man, our team is on such a roll right now that I have full confidence that we can absolutely just end this game by chewing up clock, making plays, and just stuff like that, like JSN picking up 10 yards, and that stuff hurts, man, when you're on defense. Now here we're gonna run the read option, and we might get a bite here. And we're not really gonna get a bite, though. We're gonna go ahead and put our foot in the ground and make a cut and pick up a good 7 yards there. Now Sharp's back on the field, and our running back duo so far has done an immaculate job at making sure that we are just grinding this game away, as I'm sure if the Patriots, if this were real and not a video game, they would be heavily frustrated as we just continue to move the ball, and really there hasn't been much they can do. That's one of their bright spots on defense so far, is that play right there, and even that is positive yardage, 2 yards. Wasn't stuffed, wasn't a turnover, as we're going to check it down and once again let our running backs continue to do their thing. Now here I'm going to try to hit him with play action. Historically, through our first game, every time we ran play action, we got absolutely beat. But not this time, as the pass blocking holds up really well. Now, we could have hit our tight end there, but I was a little bit worried. So I went ahead and just took the safe option, and honestly, picking up 9 yards, you never complain. And we're just going to cut it up, make sure we get that first, and just continue to drive the clock down, as we have almost eaten up the entire third quarter in this drive alone, as Gino's gonna score a touchdown, and that probably is gonna do it. That's the dagger. When you're up by this much, there's not much more you can do. 42-7, these Patriots are feeling the sting, and we're gonna kick the ball off to them, and honestly, they're probably hoping they can keep the ball out of Drake Maye's hands, as he has done nothing but damage to his own team so far. As they're going to make up that touchdown, and I spoke much too soon, as Jones is going to score on the kickoff. While our offense and defense continue to be strong points, our special teams gives up a massive play and allows them to regain a little bit of ground and a little bit of momentum as well. Now we're going to try to get one ourselves, as there was decent blocking, but I didn't see 31 or 21 coming in to make that tackle. Now we are going to remain in chew clock, as well. Like I said, our offense has not been the problem. Our defense has not been the problem, ever since they definitely got it figured out after those first couple drives where they allowed a score, and we're allowing them to kind of just drive. Now we're here on 3rd and 2, and we're going to see if we can gash them here for a first down and continue our drive, as that's exactly what's going to happen, as Kenny rolls his way, basically, to that first down, as he rolls in the air to make sure that his momentum continues to pull him the right way. Now, there's not going to be a bite here, so that option is not happening, but Sharp continues to just uphold his pretty great average so far, as that's the end of the third quarter, and we're going to try to drain this fourth away. Now, Kenny McIntosh, he's also a pretty fun running back to watch in real life, as he can be a guy that can really damage you, and he's going to pick up the first here on this drive. And once again, if if you could see it, the coach's face would be absolutely livid if you are the New England Patriots coach. As Zach Charbonnet is 14 rushes, 72 yards, and a tug so far, and he has no plans to slow down. He wants to be our premier back that salts this game away, and Kenny McIntosh wants a piece of the pie as well. As 87, which is Noah Fant, blocks nobody. He was just running to the end zone. I think he forgot what play we called. And once again, we're just going to get a massive hole to run through, and Charbonnet is just living for it. Now here we see a bit of a strange defensive formation, as this looks like it could be very easily ran against, and sadly 51 is not nearly strong enough to hold his block there, as we could have gone big, but when you're chewing up clock, you might as well just let it happen. And we're going to roll into a sack, as once again I tried to roll out and just kind of make something happen that I didn't really need to. You'll find out about me. I'm big on scrambling. And yeah, I just need to not allow stuff like that. As this time we are going to scramble out because we need to, and that is a huge play. Geno Smith's going to pick up the first down with his legs as we allowed pressure on the blind side, and honestly, it ends up helping us as we can continue to salt away the clock and possibly even score another touchdown here. 2nd and goal. We are going to hopefully score here on this drive and really kind of rub it in the face of the New England Patriots, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Kenny McIntosh, touchdown. 49-14. And this time I'm going to go ahead and whisper in the ear of Myers, who I believe is our kickoff specialist. It's Michael Dixon. And I'm going to whisper in his ear and tell him to boot this thing through the back of the end zone. And not exactly a boot through the back of the end zone, but it was in the end zone. And man, what a mistake, as they thought they could capitalize on their previous success. Now, this defense is just absolutely licking their chops right now, as they're looking for yet another turnover, as they can pad their stats and get out of here with a pretty historic day. As so far, we have 4 interceptions on Drake Maye. Now, here we go, as Madden typically allows curl routes to be very open, and Hunter Henry is Superman as he bounces off 5 tackles, and he probably could withstand the force of a 10-story building falling on him. What? Come on, man. Now, after Hunter Henry just absolutely ran like a monster, we're going to get this ball back and probably salt away the rest of this game. Of course, we are going to be running the ball almost entirely unless we get to a 3rd and long situation, which so far our blocking has just been immaculate, which is very unlike the real-life Seahawks, whom are very, very rough in the blocking department. Now here we are. This first down is pretty much going to salt it away, as they're not even going to take timeouts at this point. They're just going to get out of here, heads hanging, go watch some film, and figure out what went wrong, and probably take a good look at if Drake Maye is their long-term answer here in this Madden franchise. As Charbonnet is going to go over 100 yards, even with Ken getting a few rushes there in the early game, and Kenny taking a good portion of the snaps as well. Now, this play, barring a disaster, is going to salt it away. Not quite, because the play clock is ever so slightly ahead. And Kenny's going to rub it in their face as he picks up a first down, and that's game. We have to see the stats of this one, because this has been a crazy game. Now here, Geno Smith had an amazing day. 21 for 25, 84% completion, 3 touchdowns and no picks. Drake Maye, on the other hand, if you took away the picks, it wasn't the worst day ever, but you can't take away the picks. 4 picks is how you lose games, no matter what. 4 picks, you're gonna have a hard time recovering, as our running backs did damage today. 110 yards, 65 yards, 25 yards. Didn't have a single running back who was under on average here. As at some point, I guess Sam Howell rushed the ball, though I cannot tell you when that happened. As Ramondre Stevenson, they were not a fan today of him, as 5 rushes for 1 yard, and they went ahead and said, Antonio Gibson, you got to be our guy. And honestly, he had a pretty good day. As speaking of good days, DK Metcalf went off in the first half. We didn't really see him in the second half. There was really no need. Hunter Henry with his wild, multiple broken tackles. I wish we could see that here. We hit Sharp quite a few times. JSN got involved a few times. We did manage to get Lockett a few receptions for short yardage, and Barner, of course, with that big touchdown on the wide open. Abraham Lucas, it's going to give him 2 allowed sacks, but quite honestly, that was on me from rolling out, so we will ignore that. Sack-wise, Boye Mafe had a pretty good day, 2 sacks, and Byron Murphy is going to get his first of the season. Now, here's where we did the damage. Tariq Woolen, Kobe Bryant, Julian Love, Devin Witherspoon. They shared the love. Now, the big thing here, too, is Devin Witherspoon's going to get our first pick 6 of the season as, just drove it home. Wide open on the sideline, made a great catch, and then just had to outrun Drake Maye, which was well within his skill set. Now, of course, before we end it, we do have to see that Draymond Jones is, in fact, going to be out for 6 weeks, which is not the end of the world, but, man, he's a great depth guy, and you hate to see it. So, next week, we are going to spend a couple staff points, as well as start talking about negotiations, as well as we're going to see what our next storyline is with much less, or not much less, but significant less chance of ending up with a nothing on the wheel spin. So, thank you for joining me this week. This has been Madden Storylines Episode 2, and I'm Bald Tyler, and this is Bald Sports. I'll see you next time. Bye.